Today on the Trent Out Loud Podcast. This came out yesterday. I didn't report it because I was actually just trying to get through a podcast without mentioning Drake or Kendrick's name. But this is something that we do definitely have to talk about. What up? It's your boy Trent Out Loud, and I'm back with another episode. It's Friday. It's Friday. Yo, I am amped. I'm ready to do this show, but I'm also ready to get out of here and get my weekend started. Let's go, man. All right. I got a good show set up for you guys today. I got two lead stories. We're going to talk about Ne-Yo's baby mama drama and also Jeezy's baby mama drama, actually. And then we got quick news. We're going to talk about Drake having to take his diss track down. Then we're going to talk about Kim Kardashian and Harvey Weinstein. Then we're going to jump into speed news. I got Victoria Monét, Boosie, SZA, and Sukihana is arrested, or she got arrested. And then I got question of the day. I got a dope question of the day. It's slowly starting to be actually my new segment, my new favorite segment of the show. And then we're going to close out with speed news. We're going to talk about the Knicks and we're going to talk about the Lakers. Let's get into it. Y'all know what time it is. Turn your TVs, radio, or devices up. I'm about to start this show. Let's go. Ne-Yo's baby mama apologizes to Ne-Yo after going live with their issues. She blames postpartum and underlying issues. All right, I'm sure by now most of you have heard all the drama about Ne-Yo. For those of you who haven't, I'll just give you a quick little recap. Wednesday night, well, I guess early Thursday morning, like 2 a.m., Ne-Yo's baby mama went live and recorded him. I didn't get to talk about it because I had already like wrapped up the podcast at that time. Yeah, she went out recording him live, like in their bedroom, and she was going crazy on him, like, yo, call the cops, you're Junior Diddy, blah, blah, blah. I'll play a little clip to you, and then I'll read to you her actual apology, which came like 10 or 12 hours later. Take a listen.
Tell him about the freak off, Diddy Jr. Diddy Jr., tell him about the freak off. He calling the police, y'all. He calling, no, I don't give a, listen.
Yo, she had me rolling, like what she said. Tell him about the freak off, Diddy Jr. Like, that was hilarious. I mean, nothing really to laugh at, but just, it was funny. So now, like I told you guys, like yesterday at around like 3 o'clock in the afternoon, she put this out. So I'm drinking my bubble tea, talking to my dad on the phone, self-reflecting, and I would like to apologize for putting y'all in our business. Emotions were heightened, and I wanted the best him to show up, but I understand how you can't make people feel you. I have good faith everything will come together. Full moon was out, cycle on, postpartum built with frustration and a lot of underlying issues that needed to be addressed. Trying to do that with the problem present made heightened emotions. I'm human. I hurt too. I want the best for everyone. That's all I'm fussing for. Nothing more. Some understanding. So, what this looks like to me, I mean, I've been doing this long enough. It looks like to me like Ne-Yo was like, yo, you need to apologize. The same way how you tore me up, the same way you got to apologize. Just don't apologize to me. And it looks like to me like he made her put this out online. The problem is that the video is gone 10 times more viral than the apology, and that's not what people are going to remember. But at least she came out and did her due diligence, and she apologized. Let me know how y'all feel about this. It's like, can you forgive somebody for doing that? Like, I could forgive you for getting upset or going crazy, but yo, like, you put my stuff online, like out there, and that video will be around forever. Our children are going to see that one day. That's the thing with the internet, and that's why you guys got to be super careful with the things that you put out online. That video is going to live forever. Their kids are going to be adults one day and see that. And that's hard for me to forgive, but you guys let me know. Send me an email, trentoutloud@cfqr600.com. Comment under this video, or send me a DM or comment on any of my social handles @TrentOutLoud. Will you forgive somebody if they put you on blast online? Let me know. All right, in our second lead story, court documents revealed domestic abuse and child neglect claims against Jeezy. All right, so this comes from Jeannie Mai. There's a big, long story here. I'll try to read bits and pieces of it for you. So more information surrounding the divorce between Jeannie Mai and her estranged husband, Jeezy, has come to light in recent court filings. Court documents obtained by the Shade Room uncover a history of domestic violence and child neglect at the hands of Jeezy. There were claims of 3 or 4 incidences of physical abuse against Jeannie, which include one incident at the Ritz-Carlton Hotel in San Francisco, California on April the 14th, 2022. These incidences of assault were shared at the time with the couple's therapist, pastor, and close friends. Details allege Jeezy choked Jeannie from behind as she was ascending the stairs, and he pushed her down the steps. The incident caught the attention of the hotel security guard stationed in the lobby. Records show the rapper proceeded to verbally assault Jeannie, calling her a F word and a B word repeatedly. Security intervened and provided Jeannie protection after she repeatedly stated she felt unsafe. Another incidences detailed verbal and physical abuse at the UNCF 39th annual Atlanta Mayor's Mask Ball and in Miami while the couple talked in a parked car on January 18th, 2022, just weeks after Jeannie Mai gave birth. Okay, so those were the details, I think, of the 2 or 3 incidences. The article goes on to talk about their daughter, etc. So, what I did want to add to tell both sides of the story is that Jeezy came out, I think, around 2 or 3 hours after he put this post out. Well, this is the headline of the post, and then I'll read you his words. Jeezy provides receipts that Jeannie Mai's injury allegedly came from a golf incident and not him allegedly abusing her. It's disheartening to witness the manipulation and deceit at play, says Jeezy. And he put some pictures here of her getting bruised up and saying that it was from golf. So I'll put the pictures up on my YouTube page. It's always back and forth. He said, she said. This is just messy. Let me find what he said. So according to Jeezy, Jeezy similarly shares a statement in response to the allegations made by Jeannie Mai in his divorce proceedings. He said this: "The allegations are not only false, but also deeply disturbing, especially coming from someone I loved. This malicious attempt to tarnish my character and disrupt my family is ridiculous. It's disheartening to witness the manipulation and deceit at play, and at this time, my main concern is being an active father to our daughter as I continue to fight for court-mandated joint custody. Rest assured, the truth will prevail through the proper legal channels." Jeez, this is a mess, man. And there's court documents here. Again, I'm not going to read all of this stuff, but this is when he first struck her. There was an alleged time that he choked her in the Ritz-Carlton. And it's incidents. It's documented. He said, she said. I guess at this point now, until he provides proof, I guess obviously more people are going to believe her. You guys draw your own conclusion. I'm just here to report the news, man. That's it. All right, this brings us to quick news. Ring my bell. Drake officially removes tailor-made freestyle from his social media platforms. From what I know, it was only on Instagram anyways, but he's officially removed it. The story is Drake has officially removed tailor-made freestyle from social media platforms after receiving a cease and desist from Tupac's estate. The diss track featured AI vocals from Tupac and Snoop Dogg. It was taken down shortly after Tupac's estate threatened to sue Drake for unapproved likeness. This came out yesterday. I didn't report it because I was actually just trying to get through a podcast without mentioning Drake or Kendrick's name. Like literally, I was getting a little tired of it. But this is something that we do definitely have to talk about. Look. First of all, he never put it on DSPs, digital streaming platforms. He never tried to make money off of it. I think he knew that he wouldn't be allowed to do this, and that's why he just put it on his Instagram. Because everybody is like, yeah, Kendrick, this is a win for Kendrick. Kendrick is winning. He gets to, get back at Drake without even saying anything. He got back at, Cole apologized to him without him saying anything. Everybody's looking, I shouldn't say everybody. Kendrick fans are looking at this as a win for Kendrick. Like, Drake knew what he was doing from the beginning. Drake has the best lawyers in the world. Before Drake moves, he talks to people, okay? Trust me. Like, I have a small podcast, I had a small business, I had a little things like compared to Drake. I mean, it was a national business, but compared to Drake, who's global, before I make moves, I talk to my team or legal team or whatever. Trust me, everything that Drake is doing is calculated and he knows what he's doing. So he knew that he would eventually have to take that down. And he did what he had to do. It was on there for 5 or 6 days. It's on a million other people's Instagram page. It's on every person. It's on my own Instagram page. You can go on my Instagram page and that song will be around forever. Okay. So this is not a win for Kendrick. This is a win for Drake. And yeah, I'm not going to continue talking about this because I'm trying to get through a podcast without talking about Drake. But I just have to let you guys know, this is you Kendrick lovers out there, you Kendrick stans. This is not a win for Kendrick. Drake got his point across. It was his second diss track, and Kendrick has yet to say anything. And in closing, I just want to let you know, word on the street is that Kendrick is actually not going to reply with just a diss track. He's actually making an entire album, and he's going to put the response to Drake on his album and then release an album so that when you go and you stream his songs, it's going to count. Which is on a money play, I get it, but which is whack. Like, this is supposed to be just diss tracks. Like, it's not supposed to be a money or an album play. It was supposed to be for the culture. So if he does that, automatically he's coming from a disadvantaged place. Just in my books, my opinion, I think that's a weak move from a battle standpoint. I get it from a money standpoint, but when you're not as rich as Drake, you got to do those things. So he automatically loses a few points. That's what I want to say. He automatically loses a few points if he does that. All right, I'm done. All right, in our second quick story, Kim Kardashian met with Kamala Harris to discuss criminal justice reform at the White House. I have a little clip, and then I'll read the story to you.
And I will now turn it over to Kim Kardashian, who's been a wonderful advocate on this and so many other issues.
Thank you. Just wanted to start off by thanking you, Madam Vice President, for hosting this event today. Also, I wanted to thank President Biden.
Kim Kardashian met the Vice President Kamala Harris today to discuss criminal justice reform and the Second Chance Act for convictions. This comes as President Biden pardoned 11 people with non-violent drug offenses and commuted the sentence of 5 other people. 4 individuals who received pardons from the president were also in attendance for this meeting. Kim Kardashian has worked on criminal justice reform for 7 years. In 2018, she heavily backed Alice Johnson, a woman who was sentenced to life in prison for a first-time drug offense. President Donald Trump later pardoned Alice. During today's roundtable, the VP announced that the Small Business Administration would be lifting some of its restrictions to assist people with criminal records to receive loans for business ventures. The vice president said, making this available, reducing and eliminating the restrictions is going to mean a lot in terms of second chances and the opportunity for people to excel. So I just wanted to put this in. I want to put this story in for a couple of reasons. A, Kim Kardashian is most of the time in the news for like stupid stuff. So this is something great that she's doing. And she has been doing this a while. This is the relationship she started with Donald Trump. So I want to salute her for that. And second thing is that Biden and Kamala, they don't really get any attention in the media because everything is always about Donald Trump because he's going through his court cases and his trials, and people don't realize how much energy that gives Trump. So I just wanted to tell you guys something good that Camilla and Joe Biden are doing. So those are my 2 reasons. Hope you guys liked it. All right, in our third and final quick story, Harvey Weinstein's 2020 R case convention. You guys know I can't say the R word. It's triggering and YouTube will flag my video. So you guys know like it's the R word. Okay. So they overturned his R conviction case in New York. Let me read the story to you. The state of New York Court of Appeals has overturned a conviction of R charges against former film producer Harvey Weinstein and ordered a new trial. According to CBS News, in a 4-3 decision, the court determined that the judge who presided over the case made a mistake by allowing prosecutors to call a witness or to call witnesses whose accusations were not part of the charges against him. So I don't really know what this means. Does he get let out of jail? Does he have to stay in jail while he has a new case? If you guys remember, this was like the Me Too movement. This was like kind of like what I wouldn't say kicked off the Me Too movement, because the Me Too movement happened before that, but it really like brought it to like a national or a global level. Like I remember this Harvey Weinstein case, but now that it's overturned in a court of appeals, I don't know. Anyways, I'll follow up maybe on Monday or maybe over the weekend. We'll get a little bit more information. Does he get let out of jail? Because it doesn't mean you're not guilty, but it's overturned. Anyways, I'll try to find more information and let you guys know. But Harvey Weinstein's conviction has been overturned and he will get a new trial. All right, this brings us to speed news. Ring my bell. Victoria Monét opens up about gaining weight admin PCOS battle. I didn't even realize that Victoria Monét was gaining weight, but she posted this on her Instagram. She said, I gained a lot of weight and it went a lot of places, laugh out loud. Face, arms, tummy, and most effectively, that ass. I usually am so critical and frustrated by it because PCOS has me really messed up. But optimistically, at least now there's 2 moons on the stage. And then obviously the picture I'll put up on my YouTube page. Apparently in her show, there's a moon and then she has half of her butt out and it's looking very moony. Anyways, I love Victoria Monét. I've always thought she was very, very hot. And I think she looks great with this added weight. I understand women don't like gaining weight. And I think looking at her picture now, her face looks a little bit different, but yeah, the body is bodying. So shout out to Victoria Monét. All right, in our second speed story, Boosie says the US is hurting and people have no extra money for things outside of bills. This is what he said on Twitter. It's crazy how many companies is going broke and filing for bankruptcy. This world has no money. The United States of America is hurting. People have no money. Besides paying for your bills, it's nothing extra you have to spend money on. Companies have to lay off thousands of workers. You really have to change your lifestyle or else. This is the brokest I've ever seen America. Whew. I mean, I don't have anything to add to that, man. Times are tough. Inflation is up. Interest rates are tough. And I know a lot of people are complaining out there. And yes, there are a lot of stores closing down. Every time I pick up my phone, I look at something like in like retail, because from being in retail for 15 years, I've always followed a lot of like retails and stores. And yeah, it's true. Like you see a lot of stores closing down. And now the headlines are like, there's another store closing down, another store filing for bankruptcy. So yes, we are definitely going through a hard time. But what I will say, from studying the market for years, the only good thing about a downturn is that the worst is pretty much over. I think we've bottomed, my personal opinion. So it's only up from here. It's think of it like seasons, right? It's like it's winter. It's like the ending of winter right now. It sucks, but it's like kind of like how the weather is right now. Like it's April. It's not summer. It's not great outside, but the worst is behind us. So that's how you have to kind of look at it, right? So, but shout out to Boosie and shout out to anybody who's going through hard times. Trust me, good times are on their way. All right, in our third speed story, SZA says her hit Snooze wasn't initially her favorite song on SOS, and now but now it has changed, and she shared a message with her fans on Instagram. Actually, this looks like it's on Twitter. She wrote, I'm not gonna lie, Snooze wasn't my favorite when I made the album, but now it's my favorite hands down. Played it at the beach and it was nice. I'm late, but thank y'all for writing till I got some sense in my head. So shout out to SZA. I love SZA. I love SZA's SOS album. So I had to throw that in there. I also love Snooze too. I don't think it's my favorite track on the album, but yeah, it's hers now. So anybody who's a fan of SZA, anybody who's a fan of that, just know it's SZA's favorite song now too. All right, in our fourth and final speed story, Sukihana arrested on drug charges in Florida. Yo, all my favorite girls are in speed news. I swear I didn't even do that on purpose, man. Well, Boosie was in here. He's not part of my favorite girls, but Sukihana was arrested in Florida and charged with 2 counts of possession and intent to sell ecstasy and codeine. We'll keep y'all up to date as okay, that's not important. Yo, Suki, what are you doing, man? I even have her charges here where it says possession of codeine and possession of ecstasy. Her bond for one charge was $2,500 and her other bond was $5,000. That's nothing to Suki. Her picture is hilarious. Anyway, shout out to Suki. Keep your head up, man. These people in the entertainment industry, like doing this stuff, it's just crazy. You have such a great opportunity, man. But I also know that it's hard out here. A lot of people automatically think you're a rapper, you're famous, you're making money. Trust me, it costs a lot of money to keep up that lifestyle. So that's why these things happen. But shout out to Suki because I know she's a good person, man. So shout out to Suki. All right, this brings us to question of the day. Okay, I love this question. This is hilarious. I bet you the comments are crazy. You're offered $1 million to do something better than anybody else. What are you doing? All right. Somebody said, minding my business. Jeezy Babe said, stay home and not answer my phone. Kitana Hardest 82 said, I can overthink like nobody's business. Hilarious. KK Band said, complaining, spending money, and crying. I and Dominic Lee said, stay in my crib away from the world. I can disappear better than anybody I know. It's hilarious. Somebody put an emoji with a man flying into their bed. It's hilarious. Domar_D wrote, be my damn self. Nobody could do it better than me. Good point. Lisi_555 says, as a Virgo, we could do anything better than anybody else. Yo, you astrology people out there. Somebody said, dodge a broke hoe. I'm a gold medalist. Yo, that's hilarious. Jeremy Evans said, it rhymes with hawk and ends with 3. Wow. Okay. Somebody said, spend money on food. Somebody said, okay, I can't say that on the radio. It's a girl and she said something that she could do. Okay. Tony Baker said, not answering the phone. I could definitely win that $1 million. Like I could, it takes a lot for me to answer my phone. If it's not my immediate family, I'm not answering. Purple Pimple Wally. What kind of screen name is that? Purple Pimple Wally said, be myself. Can't nobody do it better. Okay, everybody's saying that now. Somebody said, buying stuff on Amazon that I don't really need. That's hilarious. Somebody said, sleeping. Last night I went to sleep with a jean jacket on and it didn't wake me up. Little Chelsea said, over apologizing. Sometimes I say sorry for saying sorry. Aw, that's cute. Rico Hondo said, telling people about themselves. I'm actually good at that too. I'm really good at that. Somebody said, be me. Being dramatic. Megan James said, being dramatic. All right. I like the honesty. Somebody said, not giving a damn. That's a good one. That's a good one. Somebody put a water emoji. It was a female. She put a lot of water emojis. And she put the rock and roll sign, which I'm not going to put up. But if you guys know the rock and roll sign, then I know. Then you know. If you know, you know. What else is here? Somebody said, spend it. Make a shelter. Okay, no, I can't read that. Roll up and mind my business. Be myself. Somebody said, set up a tripod. I think I get that. Hey, somebody said, stay in my own lane. A lot of y'all are not good at that, man. Stay in your own lane. Ignoring everybody. That's hilarious. A reading contest. I'm winning. All right. This was very good. Somebody wrote, hitting the Dougie. Y'all not messing with me. That was really funny. According to my husband, find something to clean even if the house is already clean. Very good. Hey, somebody wrote loving myself. That's a good one. What can I do? What could I do that I could win $1 million that I could do better than anybody else? I would say talk. You are not going to outtalk me. It's not an accident why I have a podcast. Okay. I have been in situations where people are like, all right, this has gone on long enough. Like, we have to stop talking now. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I've been on dates where people are like, all right, can we move on with something? Cause like I could talk your ear off, man. Yeah. That's why I get along. I'm being stereotypical, but that's why I get along very good with women, because women like to go in depth and talk and like dissect and go into places. I could sit down and talk all night till 3, 4, till the sun comes up. There's one time I stayed at a girl's house till like 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and we just stayed up the whole night talking. Yeah. Anyways, that's me. I'm winning $1 million. All right, that brings us to sports news. I'm going to obviously talk about the NBA. Last night's games were horrible, but the Lakers are 0-3. But before I get into NBA, I just have to shout out Khalid Williams for being drafted to the Chicago Bears, going at number 1. I tried to watch the draft. I just feel like it's so boring. Like, where everybody is going to go ahead of time anyways. But I know it's big, especially for those college players. So shout out to everybody in the draft. It was one of the drafts that the most quarterbacks got drafted. So shout out. But it's all irrelevant anyways, because Kansas City is going back to back to back. That's right. We're going for a 3-peat. Anyways, let's get on to the NBA. Last night, Philadelphia and New York played. I really am shocked that Philadelphia won. I know they're playing on their home court, but Embiid is so hurt, but he's so good, man, So anyways, they beat up New York. I think what was the score? 125, 114. I shouldn't say they beat up on them, because New York still played a good game, but shout out to Philadelphia, shout out to Embiid. They're not going to win the series. More importantly, what I would like to talk about, Lakers are 0-3. Lakers are going to get swept, people. The Lakers haven't beaten the Nuggets since December 2022. It was close to 2 years, man. That's 11 straight losses. The Los Angeles Lakers, LeBron James, some of you consider him the GOAT, the greatest of all times, has lost 11 straight times to the Denver Nuggets? No, don't get me wrong. Denver Nuggets are an amazing team. Jokic is amazing. He's going to go down as one of the best big men. Of course, shout out to my Canadians. What's his name? Jamal. Oh gosh, can't even remember his name now. And I was singing his praises last game. Hold on. I can't go out like this. I got to Google his name. Hold on. Jamal Murray. Jeez, Jamal Murray. Shout out to Jamal Murray. I got to edit that out so you guys don't know that I forgot his name. Anyways, man, I am in a good mood. The week is a wrap for me. Let's go. The weekend is starting. I have a little something planned for this weekend. I'll tell you guys about it on Monday. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm always excited for the weekend. Y'all know that. But yeah, it's Friday. The week is over for me. I'm out. Some of you who are listening at work and listening to this on CFQR600.com, you still got half a day's work, but hopefully this podcast was able to help you bridge the day, and your weekend starts off shortly. But that's a wrap for me. Thanks for kicking it with me. I got to remind you, for those of you listening on CFQR600.com, you could always listen to the Trent Out Loud Podcast on the YouTube or on podcast platforms. Like the weekend is coming up. If you missed some shows this week, go to YouTube, go to any of your favorite podcast platform, type in Trent Out Loud, and you can catch the episodes that you missed this week. Vice versa, if you're used to watching this podcast on YouTube or on podcast platforms, please try to check me out from 11 to 12 on CFQR600.com. Anywhere in the world, on any device that gets internet, you can listen to me weekdays from 11 to 12. We play hip-hop and R&B. I am DJing. I'm selecting the 90s and 2000s hip-hop and R&B that I play during the podcast. It's a good vibe. It will help you get you through your workday if you're working from home. Just kind of like shake up your workday and break the monotony. It's my new word for the week, break the monotony. Got that from Will Smith. All right, listen, I'm in a good mood. I'm going to stop talking. I'm going to sign off. It was a great week. Thanks for hanging with me. I will see you guys on Monday. Have a safe and happy weekend. I'm acting like it's a holiday. Have a safe holiday. Wish y'all Merry Christmas. Yo, I'm out, man. Peace. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It's your boy, Trent Out Loud. Peace.